Hello, everyone. Welcome to And That's Why We Drink, a podcast usually hosted by two people, Em and Christine. We never introduce ourselves, but that's our names. And we actually have guests on today for our surprise Halloween episode. We're so excited. Rasha and Yvette are here from So Supernatural, and we're going to be talking about queer villains. And I'm so excited. I'm so amped about this.
Yeah, thank you both so much for being here.
Aw, thank you guys for having us.
We were on their show recently, which was super fun.
And also, sorry, I was going to say Happy Halloween, everybody.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Best day of the year.
We decided we were going to talk about queer villains today because we wanted to do something spooky for our bonus episode. And we talk about a lot of villains, but we never get to talk about fun villains.
Yeah, true.
This
This
is
is like
true.
a less like kind of heavy episode, I would say, than some of the ones that Em and I usually cover,
100%.
especially true crime related. But we were on So Supernatural, and it was all very polished and scripted. So I'm just setting like a standard here that it's probably not going to be that, but we're going to try our best, and see how profprofessional we can sound.
You're always
Oh my
professional.
God. I love you guys.
Just the way
so
you
much.
said
Even the
that
voice,
sounded like
exactly.
I know.
It's like, oh Lord, wow. We need like a master class. We need to take like a master class.
I know. I feel like I feel like the two of you should somehow get cast in like the sleep podcast
Like
too.
an
Like I
audio
feel like
drama. Yeah.
just just the I feel like I'm walking through
Oh
a
my
meadow.
goodness.
Like anyway. So before we do an episode ever, we usually talk about a reason why we drink this week. It can be good or bad. Usually is bad on my end. I like to complain. But do either of you have a reason why you drink this week? Not to
And
put
it
you on the
doesn't
spot
have to
here.
be alcohol. It's actually half. Em does not drink, so it's.
I drink
don't
iced
either,
tea.
Em.
Emily
Same with
usually has
Rasha.
iced tea or milkshake or something. I usually have whatever I can find in my fridge. So yeah, if you guys have a reason why you drink, no pressure, but feel free.
Well, I'll start. I would have to say that, I mean, I do drink. I'm married to an Italian, so I love,
lucky.
wine, red wine, vino, Aperol
Oh,
spritz, all
man.
the things. But it's too early in the morning to drink.
Sure.
But the reason why I drink this particular week is I was just so sad about losing D'Angelo. I don't know if you guys know D'Angelo, but he was this unbelievable R&B soul singer. He was
Oh
kind of
yes, I saw that. I read
yeah,
that
yeah, he
obituary. Yeah.
he was a cross between Jimi Hendrix and Marvin Gaye. And
Wow.
I can't stop obsessing over like all the tributes that are just pouring out, and it's every generation, and it's every color, every creed. It's just, I don't know. He was such a big part of my 20s and 30s, so that is
Yeah.
why I'm drinking this
How did
particular week.
How did he pass?
Oh my God, he was 51 and he had cancer.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think it's
Yeah.
pancreatic
Pancreas
Yeah,
cancer,
which is
right?
just
Yeah.
like extra. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
yeah, that's hard. I feel like that happens sometimes when people, and it like kind of hits you out of nowhere because you're not like necessarily thinking about this person every day, but then you find out that they're gone, and it's like, oh shoot, I just realized like what an impact they had on me. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
tough.
totally.
Yeah.
And in the same breath, like we lost another person who was 51 who works out with us. So it was like
Oh geez.
freaking double whammy. And so, yeah,
51.
anyhow, it's like,
Mm.
My
y'all
gosh.
take care of
Too young.
yourselves. Oh, too young, too young.
How am I supposed to follow that?
sorry.
Like, I
Yeah,
was gonna
Rasha,
say,
Sorry.
tell us something about like, I don't know.
Do some-
Usually
do
Em's
something
like, my
happy.
glasses are like scratched.
No.
right.
Run the gamut. Bring
Yeah,
some-
we go
All
all
right,
over the
all right.
spectrum.
Well, I will
Don't
bring
worry.
it.
It
Well,
can be dark.
I
It
am,
can be
I
not.
am dry, so I don't drink. However, I do need some Valium, and I
Okay.
definitely.
Yes, okay, see?
Okay.
I knew we could connect on something. There you
I
go.
mean, I'm a totally open book.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say, so if I were to drink,
Mhm.
and that's why we drink, it would be this week because I have a 14-year-old child
Oh,
who
God.
I gave birth to, who my wife and I created in a doctor's office, and we love her more than life. However, she is too much like me. And that is why I drink.
Truth.
Well, that's
Truth.
relatable. Yeah. That's like such a double-edged sword because it's like I know exactly what you're thinking. Like at my 4-year-old already, everyone's like, "Oh God," but I can predict everything she's thinking and doing, and it's like I know it because it's how my brain works. But also like, oh God, it's annoying.
It's so annoying. And my wife and I even knew, like, in the ultrasound, like, she had my profile, and I'm like, oh shit.
You're like, I recognize
It's like
that
an omen.
face.
It's like an
Yeah.
omen.
It's
She's
like I'm
coming.
coming for you.
And Auntie Yvette can contribute and say
I'm
that
sure.
Leilani is definitely a mini Rasha.
For certain. Mom is probably looking down at you going, mm-hmm.
Yeah, they always are. They're like, we told you, we
Mhm.
told you.
Told you
I
this
feel
was
like
coming.
I feel like it's a big or at least in my house it was a common curse of like, if you have kids, I hope they're just like you. I feel so.
Oh, yeah.
It feels like a backhanded compliment, but it's really just like an insult or like a threat. Like
Yeah, you have to
Yeah,
hope that means
definitely a
you're a really
threat.
good kid or something. So.
I was a really
gosh.
good kid.
Oh, were you?
Yes.
Were you?
Yes,
I was
were
a
you?
very
Yvette,
square
chime
kid.
in. I was too.
Yeah, but
I was
you
too.
were
Yeah.
a spoiled child. I'll say that. Yes, yeah.
Says the sister who's
But I
11
was a
years older than me and
fabulous
was an only child until I came
Okay, Now
along.
this is what we're here for. All right, let's open it up to the floor. Any
Well, I was
talking
gonna
points?
I was gonna say, Christine, as a sister with an age gap, do you relate at all?
Yes, she says a little spoiled, but also I'm like, I feel like I was spoiled in different ways. Like I'm like
True.
she's spoiled in
Truth.
like a younger child way, where like she didn't have as many like rules and stuff put on her. But also as the eldest, I'm like, I had the perks of like being. I don't know what perks, but I'm sure my brother will tell you what they are.
How many
I'm
years
sure.
apart?
Well, so my brother's 2 years younger than me, and we're like best friends, and then not only in recent years. But my sister is 14 years younger than me, and so she's our half
wow.
sister. And
Okay.
so growing up, like we were teenagers when she was born, and we were like, "What the hell?" And so I was like, the default babysitter and everything. So there was some time where I was like, "Man, this girl," but I just love her so much. So
Correct me.
Yeah.
it has
Correct me if I'm
pros and cons.
I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like being the oldest sibling in an age gap is similar to me going to house parties but never drinking, where it's like I can tell you exactly what was going on here, and you can't fight me on it.
I was changing your diapers and
Amazing
holding your hair
analogy,
back
Em.
at the party. Yeah.
It's like you'll never know. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm right, but you'll never know. So.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Agreed,
It
100%. Yep.
Yeah, I think there are
Oh my
perks to
goodness.
both. I think
Yeah.
my brother's in
Yeah.
the middle, and I think he probably gets the worst of it because he's in the middle. He doesn't really. He's kind
Yeah,
of
it's
stuck there.
only Yvette and me. And like,
Oh
and
yeah.
I mean, obviously you can see how we look. We're definitely not full-blooded siblings, but we never say half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
drives us nuts, like when press says that. Or
Oh,
Mark
that's
and
Oh,
Ian.
weird.
really?
And we're like, no, I'm like, we came from the same womb, just in
Yeah,
at
it's
different
weird.
times.
Yeah.
And
It's
like,
just
why
not-
does it? Yeah, I say
Right.
half sibling because people are always like, "Why did your mom have a baby so late?" And I'm like,
Right.
because also
Right,
I'm very.
right.
I talk a lot about my parents' divorce, so people are like, "Where did she come from?" But yeah, I don't think I've ever considered her like half sibling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't
Yeah.
feel that
Yeah.
way.
But
But
you
yeah,
feel
that
like
is
you
kind
have
of a
to
weird word.
explain, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
and I think
we're always
because
like,
we're
we have
always
different
having to
dads,
explain
yeah.
because of the color difference. So
Right. Sure.
why
That's
are we
fair
going to
enough.
explain? Yeah. So
Fair
same.
enough.
And
Yeah.
still people don't believe we're
That's
related.
Yeah.
It's very silly. That's
Yeah,
very
it's so
silly.
silly. I'm like,
People need to get a hobby. I think
Yeah,
hello.
right.
in like media literacy and other things like just
Agreed.
human
All the
literacy.
things.
Ah, well, Em.
Is there a reason why I drink? Great, I'm glad you asked. So,
Well,
you missed it yesterday, but I had a whole costume debacle for Halloween where
It was out of sight.
I was supposed to be Frankenstein. Instagram did me real dirty, and they brought me a
Not
condom
Instagram,
costume.
Instacart.
Instacart.
condom costume?
I was a condom. The costume came. It was a costume of a condom. So
Oh my goodness. Wait, what?
Um,
How
I
do
literally
you go from
ordered Frankenstein on the
to
DoorDash or
condom?
Instacart. It showed up and Em was like, "Why is it so like shiny and gold?" And like pulled it out. It's a condom wrapper, an open
No.
condom wrapper costume.
No.
What?
biggest you ever
She's like-
seen. But it was disgusting. I was like, and I wore it on the show, of course, because at that point,
course.
for the
Too
plot.
late now.
And it was so anyway. I thought, okay, I'm done with costumes. At least I just like wore it for the one day, and now I don't have to touch it again. Magically, now friends are reaching out and saying, "Hey, you have a house, and we have nothing to do on Halloween. Would you like to hosts like a trick-or-treating, we'll all pass out candy. And I made the joke yesterday where I was like, I certainly can't do that in a condom costume.
No.
No.
So now I'm scrambling to come up with a different costume.
You're going to be... Yeah, you can't rely on Instacart anymore. Like,
No.
who knows what the hell is going to happen?
And Frankenstein is ruined for me. So I'm I'm kind of in a panic about what I'm going to do.
It's just so wild. Like, I just couldn't get over it. It's a condom wrapper costume. There's nothing about it that crosses over with Frankenstein monster. Nothing about it. I cannot wrap my head around it. And the guy apparently handed it right to
with a bold confidence,
bold,
right in the eyes. It just
no
handed it to me.
No notes, nothing.
And so I never thought anything of it. He really tricked me. I felt really secure about his decisions, and I walked in and I went, he got it so wrong. So
dang, did you
anyway,
call?
that's
did
for
you
sure a
call
good
and tell
reason.
them that you got the wrong costume?
it was too late. They like closed their end of the portal by the time I was able to reach out and go, what the hell is going on here? So I just got stuck with it and paid full price. So and then I was like,
Damn.
well, this is too funny. So I'm just gonna keep it and wear it for the show. But
Absolutely.
still
And
not
you
what
can
I
wait that
wanted.
off at the end of the year.
I was
You know
gonna
what?
say, yeah.
Yeah,
That's a great point.
This is true.
Hey,
So-
can you
You're
imagine
welcome.
our business manager calls like, there's this XXL condom
Condom wrapper
costume. Yeah, it literally says XXL for 8 inches or bigger. It's like, what is this? Who made
It says
this?
lubricated stallion.
No.
Yeah, that's right. It says that too.
Yeah, not
What
very.
the fuck?
Oh
I
my
was like,
God.
who made it?
Who
Anyways,
and who bought it and said this'll do?
Oh my goodness.
it was a real. So anyway, it works out very well. I'm going to call it a serendipitous moment that now we're discussing queer villains,
Fair
and I
enough.
feel like this gives me a chance. First of all, to become a queer villain because that was
For
my origin
sure.
story. But second of
100%.
all,
Yeah.
I now have an opportunity, maybe in our discussion today, to figure out a new costume in time. So
I love that
okay.
idea. Wait, that's so
Mm.
good. We can find you a new villain costume.
right.
I mean, the
Everyone
condom
keep
is
that in mind.
villainous enough, I will say. But you're right, it's not child friendly for trick or treating.
not at all. Yeah, it's the least
Only
family
adult
friendly thing.
trick-or-treaters.
Only adult XX trick or treating. Yeah.
And I drink an iced tea that is from my local spot. What do you drink, Christine, and why?
Oh, thank you. I drink a spicy mocha because, well, I'd
yum.
already drank it all. But I went to the my bookstore and was like, I want my bookstore. I went to the bookstore in my neighborhood and was like, I want a spicy mocha because I had therapy today. And I was like, I deserve a little treat. And
Sure
so,
Yes, you do.
yeah, so I went, why do I, oh, that's what I'm drinking. Not anymore. I drank it all. And why do I drink? Oh, probably just because I have a 4-year-old and it's, and she's just like Rasha said, a lot like me. And it's really,
Mini Christine.
an adventure. It's like, I see what's happening here. How do I approach this in the healthiest way that's also not going to make everybody else crazy or me crazy? But it's very fun. And she's very excited for Halloween and she's decided that I have to be, last year she was Grumpy Toad from the Pete the Cat book series.
Oh,
And
wow.
she's very niche, right? Like she's
Yeah.
at age 3, she was like, I'm not going to do like the witch or anything. I'm Grumpy Toad. And then this year she said, I would like to be Pete the Cat. And I said, okay, we're broadening. And she said, and you're going to be Grumpy Toad. And I was like,
Oh.
okay. So now I need to go buy a bunch of green, weird accessories. But I was telling him, I'm like, I have a weird affinity for the Grinch that apparently nobody knew until yesterday. And I was like, I already have a lot of like,
It's breaking news, but apparently this has
breaking
been her
news.
longtime lore. She's known
Her
she's known it
closeted
herself.
lore.
my closeted lore.
She was like, well, I'm obsessed with the Grinch. And I was like, nobody knows that, actually.
And I said, well, that's so weird. My brother also said he had no idea. And was like, yeah, you've literally never said that before ever. But apparently, so I'm creating my own Mandela effect, I guess. But
We did an episode about the Mandela effect on So Supernatural with Ashley.
see? Okay. So,
So we
it's
get it. We get
Yeah,
it.
it's a real
totally get it,
thing.
yeah,
And I'm
yes.
like, just because you guys didn't know what was going on in my head all the time doesn't mean it wasn't the truth. So now
Your truth is your
I'm-
truth, Christine.
Thank you so much. It's so nice to come out of the closet. The Grinch
this
closet.
is the episode for that.
This is the one,
Yeah,
right?
surprise.
This is the
Yeah.
one.
Oh, talk about queer villains. Let's talk
I
about
mean-
the Grinch. Hold on. He's got to be something,
That's
right?
the gayest man I've ever seen in my life.
Absolutely.
Wow. Talk about an icon.
No wonder you were so attached
I
to
get it
him.
now.
Maybe you
It's
both had
starting to
a
click.
secret.
Holy shit.
And he wanted to live. He was
Oh my
outcast by
God, I
society,
can't.
living
You
up on
guys
that
are
hill. He
killing me.
loved his little Santa jacket, his little drag moment.
You're making Yvette cry.
He made drag. Oh my God, he made drag.
We're
You're
like
so
10
right.
We're like 15 minutes in and I'm crying.
I mean, am I wrong? It feels like he's like just full of internalized homophobia. He's like, yuck, decorations.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Right?
And then
Oh
he
my
comes
gosh.
to learn to love himself and others, and
And he
he's
doesn't
included for
need-
loving himself.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. And then he's like naked, I guess, because he's always in green. I don't know what
Hedonist.
that's about.
Yeah.
Hedonist. Oh man, I am like, wow, that really came full circle for me. Thank you. I didn't think I'd like find so much out about myself today, so thanks.
I was gonna say, do either of you have queer villains? Well, first of all, everyone, I guess, should raise your hand if you're queer, if you identify. Oh, Yvette,
I
you were
didn't
just the
wanna-
supervisor
She's
today.
an amazing
didn't wanna leave this
ally. Yvette's an amazing
But I'm an
ally.
ally.
And
like,
I'm married to
yeah.
a straight white man, so I'm not that exciting.
That doesn't
but
take
I'm
away
on-
from your
I know, but I'm on the
Exactly.
spectrum there a little bit.
That does not take away from your identity.
And it's not even an Italian with a wine preference or anything. So, I feel like I'm losing.
Yeah, it sounds like in a straight relationship, you still nailed it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Yvette's like already a step ahead anyway.
oh,
Well,
shit.
Before we begin, does anyone have any favorite queer villains?
The Grinch who stole Christmas.
I
Avi.
I mean, I have a.
Oh,
go ahead, Rasha. You
my
go first.
sister.
Go first. Go first. You go first. Go first.
Thank you. As the queer one, I will go first.
As the spoiled little sister.
Thank you. Thank you. So,
Thank you, Christine. It's so funny. I was thinking about this because I am more of a Disney princess girl.
Interesting.
But really not a princess because like I identify most with Mulan and
Oh yeah, that's good.
yeah, from
Very
the time
queer.
so queer. I mean, hello, drag king. I'm married to a retired drag king.
Wow, your life is
My
amazing.
wife
Damn.
is Emilio, Latin drag king.
and she's badass too. Let me just tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So sexy. She needs to bring Emilio back, but that's a
Yeah,
whole
what the hell?
nother episode.
I know.
Emilio, damn.
Emilio. Yes.
All right. I don't know if you've noticed this, but cologne is expensive. Okay. Sometimes they're $150 and you'll buy it and be like, oh, this is nice. And then like a weekend, you're like, actually, I'm over it. I don't like it anymore. It's happened to me and I still have the bottle like sitting on my dresser. It's kind of depressing, but Micro Perfumes makes sure you never have to play fragrance roulette again. For just a few bucks, you can test drive the real deal. They have Dior, Tom Ford, Creed, authentic designer scents without the full bottle gamble. So here's how it works. Micro Perfumes lets you sample luxury fragrances in pocket-sized vials. You get the true high-end experience, but on your terms. Think about it. Your scent introduces you before you even say a word. Want confidence in a bottle or nostalgia from a past memory or maybe something bold and new? Micro Perfumes helps you discover your signature vibe. I was able to order a couple different samples and they have different sizes. So you can get like a really small one or like a travel spray. And then on top of that, I thought, you know what, this is the perfect time to buy some colognes for Blaze to try because he doesn't really know what he's looking for either. And you know, if he doesn't end up wanting any of them, we don't have to worry about being out several $100. I was able to get this one Lancome fragrance in a travel size and I'm able to take it with me now. It's always in my travel bag. And so whenever I'm going somewhere, I don't even have to worry about packing a bottle of perfume, packing like a sampler. I just have my scent. I know what it is. It's in my bag. Love it. So why commit blind to a $200 bottle? Find your scent soulmate today and get up to 60% off at microperfumes.com/drink. That's microperfumes.com/drink for up to 60% off. Micro Perfumes, real scents, no regrets. I have always, for my whole life, wished for a kind of makeup that wasn't super heavy or too complicated. And I've tried everything, and finally I found Jones Road Beauty. It's a brand that I've wanted to try for years, haven't ever gotten around to it, but finally they are our sponsor, and I got to try it out, and I am such a fan. Jones Road Beauty is a minimalist makeup brand founded by makeup artist Bobby Brown that creates versatile and easy-to-use products that simplify your routine. It's clean makeup that actually performs. I love like a no makeup look. It's really easier for me in life in general. I'm not a huge makeup girly, but I do like to, have a little glow about me, and that's why I love their Miracle Balm. I've been walking around saying like, oh, I love a balm, because really, it's the ultimate makeup skincare hybrid product. It gives a natural glow, and it's a true multitasker. So you can use it as like a tint, a blush, a bronzer, a highlight. Sometimes I use it on my lips. It replaces so many different products in my makeup bag that the last time I traveled, I had only one little makeup bag with me, which probably the first time in years that has happened. It's also moisturizing, which is really important for me, especially in the wintertime. I get very dry skin. It hides redness, it looks natural, and it feels like you don't really have anything on. Plus, it's a balm, and I love a balm. It's so soothing. Modern day makeup that's clean, strategic, and multifunctional for effortless routines. For a limited time, our listeners are getting a free cool gloss on their first purchase when they use code DRINK at checkout. Just head to jonesroadbeauty.com and use code DRINK at checkout. After you purchase, they will ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you.
For me, I honestly think my favorite queer villain, of course, the epitome of queer villains, is Ursula from The Little Mermaid.
Of course.
But I actually really love Tamatoa from Moana, the big crab.
Okay, you know what? I feel like I've watched that a lot lately, and that didn't even cross my mind. That's a really good one.
It's still happening.
It's still happening.
Oh my God, that's such a good one.
Do you have one of it?
Oh my God. I was thinking about this like really, really hard, really seriously. And I was thinking it's got to be between two. So it's either Cruella, right?
Good.
Or
Very good.
Maleficent. Like between the two.
Who
Well,
was
who's
the other
one?
Maleficent.
Oh, of course.
Interesting.
Yes.
Very
Because
interesting.
they're both
mean-
just so fabulous,
I was
right?
gonna say they're fabulous, flamboyant. Like that's like
Yeah.
that is the
Yeah.
the run through for a lot of this.
They would both be perfect drag queens. Like if someone
Yeah,
were to
yes,
be a drag
absolutely.
queen as either of them, they'd kill it every
Think about
time.
Cruella with that
Absolutely.
coat and like
yes,
I mean
the
ridiculous.
coat and the nails and the bags.
Apparently she
and-
was.
yeah.
There is a theory that she was based off of a drag queen, but not the behavior, just the look.
Just the look.
And they
I
made
knew
it
totally
very
see that.
Ursula,
clear.
but not about Cruella.
I'm gonna actually make sure I get the name right because
That's pretty epic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could totally see that, like 100%.
I could see it for any of them, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have.
wait for it.
I know. I'm like the suspense is building, Christine.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
She's like the frantic typing.
I swear I was prepared. I promise.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So apparently, Cruella de Vil was inspired by Tallulah Bankhead, who I don't know much about, but had a very husky voice, a very extravagant personality. Was like big cigarette smoker, very like high fashion, and was a very
Christine.
good person. What?
I was gonna say you're just I'm so glad that our notes are marrying so well because she was literally someone. I watched a whole YouTube video last night where I got very suckered into what we're going to talk about today.
Down the rabbit
She was
hole.
like
Yeah.
one of the main characters that I
Oh,
heard all
okay. So
about.
there you go. So apparently that's who Cruella de Vil is like based off of, but not. But they
Yes,
kept
there you
saying
go.
not the personality because Tallulah Bankhead was a really great person. Would never
She
kill
wouldn't-
puppies.
right.
Sheer
Nice.
balls.
to
Yeah.
wear them as fur.
They were like, she wouldn't wear them as a coat, I promise. And I was like, okay, I mean, I hope not, but okay, thanks for clarifying. Anyway.
Would you truly say the Grinch is your queer villain? You're allowed. I just don't. In case there's another answer you have.
You know, I don't know. I think so. I feel like that's the one now that I think I would have said something else, like maybe a Captain Hook or a Prince John type, like
Yeah.
one of these weird dudes who wore pink, and it was like, I don't know, just like a spectacle to watch. But I think I'm gonna go with the Grinch, which is weird. All mine seem to be men, but the Grinch. Well, is the Grinch a man? I don't know. He's just some
In
sort
a
of
amorphous
know.
blob.
We don't
Yeah,
know
some
what
sort of
gender
fairy creature.
the
but,
Grinch is.
Yeah, that's a non-binary.
That's a whole
folk right
nother.
there.
Yes.
Right?
Okay. So I think that what do you say? The risk. What's the preposition? With the risk, at the risk of sounding.
At the risk.
At the
Thank
risk.
you. At the risk of sounding all over the place, I'm going to stick with the Grinch. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Final
Can
answer.
I add one more?
Yeah.
I think I need to because I
for it.
realized my queer awakening came when I first saw the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I had the biggest crush on Tim Curry as Frankenfurter.
That speaks volumes.
Very good.
I mean, and
Very
I
good.
dated men all the way until I was 30, and I always chose. My sister can attest
Yeah,
to this.
very, very feminine.
effeminate
Uh-huh.
men.
Yes.
That'll do
yes.
With
it.
the exception of like one guy, and that was a daddy issue thing.
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And then I finally came out at 30, but
And you were like,
Tim Curry
I
was
see.
my
Yeah.
Tim
end all
Curry
be
will
all.
do it. Yeah.
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 And you
get
were
it.
very young, but our grandmother in Hawaii used to run the Rocky Picture the Rocky Horror Picture Show in this particular theater, the Waikiki 3 Theater, like I think it was every Sunday at midnight. She was like
What?
the host of this
Talk about
show. So
family
it's
lore.
like
That's
it's in our
so
family
cool.
DNA.
That is
Oh my
so
God.
cool.
Yeah.
My grandmother did nothing like that. Let's just leave it at that. My grandmother did not participate in anything so progressive and exciting.
Well, I would say mine was I my personal favorite is Scar, but I think the
Right.
one that that
Mm.
even when I was a little kid and I was like, that's a gay person, was
Yeah.
Jafar. I think
Jafar from
Jafar is
Aladdin.
Ah,
Jafar is one of the best like examples of this, I think. Yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think everything
Yeah.
you said. I mean, he didn't even really seem interested in Jasmine. He was very flamboyant. His voice was just like the most stereotypical voice I'd ever heard.
Mhm.
He was very
So
just like
flamboyant.
you did, just very
Yeah.
like silky, just
Yeah.
kind of moved a
Mhm.
little too cleanly. I don't know. There's something
Yeah.
about him, but yeah,
That's a gay. What did you say? That's a gay person.
I clocked it at 4. I was like, what is that about?
I feel like, anybody else seeing this?
I was like, no one's gonna talk about it. Okay. But I would say my favorite is Scar, who is, I would argue, just a cousin of Jafar. They're very similar.
They
They
get in my
are.
head. Yeah, I feel like they're kind of
Voices. They
related.
he also moves very slinky.
Mhm.
Yeah.
eyeliner.
Yeah.
Eyeliner. Perfect eyes, both of them.
Yep.
Anyway, I think those would be my 2 favorites. And I heard someone say, not anyone here. I was in the YouTube rabbit hole. Someone said their favorite queer person was Yzma from The Emperor's New Groove,
I
and
have notes on that. I do
Yes,
have
and that
notes
was
on
played by
You
Eartha
do.
Kitt.
Oh,
Eartha
what?
Kitt. Yep, it's
Really?
Eartha Kitt.
Yes.
Yep, and actually
wow.
I feel like is my new answer. Sorry, I forgot to say Yzma is my favorite.
Yes.
I do think if I had to be one of the queer Disney villains, I would want to be Yzma.
It's
She
an
seems
excellent one.
she's very like
Yes.
darling. I imagine what
Oh, yes.
she's what Cruella will age into.
Right. Right.
yes,
Right. And she
like
was
evolve
yeah,
into.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. She was fabulous from day one.
Yes.
sure.
And she
For
knew
sure.
it.
From
That's the
birth.
best part.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes. As they all
So-
do.
Yeah.
Before we get to talk about Christine, I will argue. I'm gonna just defend Christine here that your part is definitely gonna be the more interesting part. I'm gonna do the history element here.
That's
but
that's my fault, not yours. I think
No.
you took on the more
I
history
got
stuff.
so suckered in.
Okay, I appreciate it.
We're
You're
gonna have a
in
good
it.
time. But the more fun part will be getting to psychoanalyze. I assume some of the.
I have
some of the
notes
Disney
on
villains.
Yzma, on Scar, on Ursula, etc. We'll
Yeah.
talk about it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
When you
Okay.
hear that, and then you hear, and I have a history portion, you're like, oh brother, let's get
No,
through
no,
it. But-
yours is it's actually
No,
very
we love
interesting.
history.
Yeah.
We love history as well. So,
but
yeah.
before we can talk about queer villains, we have to talk about why there are so
Mm.
many queer villains in media, why they're
Mhm.
represented that way. And so we're going to talk about the Hays Code. Do either of you know about the Hays Code?
I know a little bit. Yes.
Yes,
Perfect.
yes. From the
Um,
1900s. Yes. There's so many
so-
things that I didn't know, but anyhow, let me stop.
No.
No,
Please chime
Yeah,
in.
probably, yeah,
yes,
we don't know anything. I mean, we do now that we researched it, but
I didn't know anything at all. That's exactly right. I will say right off the bat, incredibly missed opportunity to call it the Gays Code. Whatever.
note
Touche.
number 1. Okay,
Truth.
So the Hays Code was a time in the film industry from 1934 to 1967 where there was a set of guidelines that movies were expected to follow. But before I even get into that, I wanted to ask, do you have any favorite movies from that era, from the 30s to 60s? Do you have, because then
any favorite you said?
any favorite movies from that time?
Mm.
Because they would then be, they would have to follow the Hays Code, and
Into
it'd be
that-
interesting to think about how they were made.
Interesting.
Wizard of
Trying
Oz,
to-
Yvette. When was that made?
I don't think
34.
that was.
30.
Oh, that
so
was
it does fall
34.
into it? You said
Yeah.
it started in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would
Okay.
definitely be at the top of our list.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
our
that's-
mom's
'cause our
absolute
our
favorite
mother's
movie.
favorite.
Aw.
And both
Really?
of us have always been infatuated with it. But I was always afraid of Elphaba, and now I'm like, wicked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Reclaim.
Talk about queer villains.
You know what? Christine, I think we didn't, this is not in my notes, but you just nailed it. I feel like that is a reclaiming queer
Totally.
story, right?
Yes.
And it's
Totally.
incredibly queer now. In Wicked, I'm pretty sure every character is somehow alluding to being queer.
100%. I
Yeah.
actually just watched a video today of Ariana and Cynthia
Uh-huh.
saying that literally every single character in Wicked is a friend of Dorothy.
Thank you. See, there's a reason there's a phrase like that.
So that's well done, Christine. That's actually that's something. If I had a joint with me, I think I would sit for like 20 minutes and be like, "Whoa, that's the."
I'll do that later, and I'll call you and just do it on your behalf.
Thank you. Okay, so let's get into it then. So back in the early 1900s, 1910s, films focused on all sorts of scandalous themes. There was really no rhyme or reason to it at that point. They didn't hide from showing sexuality or violence or drugs or what would be considered sins of the world. And fun fact, one of the reasons for this is because when film kind of picked up, a lot of people in theater were the people who moved into the film industry, and their storylines were very scandalous. So it just kind of carried into the movie world. But outside of the debauchery in the actual movies, there were real scandals in Hollywood, including multiple murders of film actors. There were directors who were murdered. It was becoming a bit of a problem.
Oh my.
And this led to a stereotype that the whole industry was a, quote, veritable breeding ground of sin.
Because
I
isn't that
love
what they
that.
call queer people now?
I know. I was like, again, let's reclaim it. That's beautiful.
Yes.
It feels a little too current. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in 1915, with the whole country starting to get this stereotype in their minds of what the industry is, there were talks of the government getting involved or trying to censor some of the movie's messages just to kind of tamper down what people were seeing. And the studios went all the way to the Supreme Court to protect their film's freedom of speech, but they accidentally shot themselves in the foot by doing that, because the Supreme Court then said, well, since movies are a product, they can't really be protected under free speech, and therefore they absolutely can be censored.
Wow.
And the Supreme Court also called movies capable of evil, meaning that censorship was now legally justifiable. And when this was announced, each state began creating their own censorship boards for film, which made production super difficult because now they had to follow like 50 different censorship boards as each state came out with their own. And news of this justifiable censorship in each state got to the conservative evangelicals, who had quite a lot of political power at this time. And today. Okay, so
Sidebar.
the Catholics in particular had a real bone to pick with the salacious film industry, and they believed that movies were to blame for boys discovering violence and girls discovering sex. They were like, because of this, we got to get it out of here. It needs censorship. And the church started calling, this is actually one of my favorite quotes I discovered in my research. The church called ungodly movies unhealthy and impure entertainment that destroys the moral fiber of a nation and a grave menace to youth, to home life, to country, and to religion, corrupting public morals and promoting a sex mania in our land.
Not in our land.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Oh no, sex mania. It's like reefer madness. Like,
Yeah.
you have no idea.
Yeah.
It's like satanic panic. It's all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
It's Looney Tunes.
So basically, believing that films actually had this kind of impact on society, they put out what they called the Motion Picture Production Code, which was their moral guidelines that a movie should follow. I won't get into it. I cut a lot of notes here. But they also created something called the Legion of Decency, the Catholics.
Oh, jeez.
And
These are your people, Yvette.
Hey,
And mine, unfortunately. Yep.
Simmer down over
you too,
there.
Christine.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
so the Legion of Decency, they were this Catholic organization where they organized boycotts of movies across the country if those films didn't follow the code. They actually also put out brochures and rated the movies themselves. And if you were a true Catholic, you wouldn't watch anything outside of the top tier ranking. It was a whole thing. And when they came out with these boycotts on movies that didn't follow their ranking, keep in mind, Catholics at the time made up over 20 million people in the country. These protests were huge, and therefore they were very effective, and the industry had to listen to that. So afraid to upset the Catholics, plus trying to avoid all 50 states' different censorship rules, plus trying to avoid the government from stepping in with their own censorship rules, Hollywood basically said, you win, Catholics, we're going to create the Production Code Association, or the PCA. And they said, we're going to create the PCA, and this group is just going to enforce the moral guidelines you've given us that would make this movie worthy of you watching it.
Wow.
We're going to stop this sex mania
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
None of us
Stop
like
it in
it.
the
Yeah.
name of Jesus.
Yeah.
What?
And this is just another added reason why why they decided to lean into the PCA and they decided to like give in to the Catholics is because this organization just so happened to be ran by all major studio heads who also owned 80% of the theaters in the country. So even though this code was voluntary to follow, if you didn't abide by it or agree with all major studio heads, there was a big chance that your movie was not going to get
Right,
made.
fair enough.
Right.
And money is the
Yeah.
bottom line
Yeah.
there too.
Mo-
So it's
yeah.
like, well, at a
Yep.
certain point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then and now.
100%.
Then and
Yep.
now, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the Hays Code, again, moral guidelines for any film created by the Catholics that we're now
What could
upholding
go
to.
wrong? What could go wrong?
How is this a bad plan?
It's just like almost comical
Yeah.
to look back. It's like, whoa, people.
The Hays Code basically ends up just becoming a banned list of topics that challenged conservative Christian norms. So some of the things that were banned were indecent dancing. And keep in
Oh.
mind, some of these are
Yep.
kind of up to interpretation, right? So there's not even a real, like, what
Fair
is
point.
indecent dancing? So
Right.
What was that
Right,
quote
right.
from the Supreme Court, like about porn? It was like, you'll know it when you see it. That's the
Yeah.
only definition. And it's like, that's a little vague, but okay, sure.
doesn't help.
Yeah.
So indecent dancing, drug use, nudity, profanity, and ridiculing religion or law, which feels, I mean, talk about censorship.
Yeah.
And then it
Yeah.
got even more ridiculous where some other things that were banned were childbirth, seeing that on the screen, or even a silhouette implying it. There could be no image of that.
Well, because it's disgusting. So
Yeah, yuck.
What?
Um,
I mean,
Like,
I had
what?
a C-section, so I was
I know.
perfectly
I mean, I'm jealous.
And then it got real gnarly. The Hays Code banned things like any mention at all of interracial relationships, of
Mhm.
only white slavery.
Oh,
And-
right.
Yeah.
Okay,
It was.
sure.
I read that. I was like, what the?
Like, hello?
Yeah.
Okay, like, what a
And-
weird... Okay, whatever.
It's literally bold
Yeah.
in their code says white
Yep,
slavery.
yep.
Is that
it's-
even a thing, or was it ever a thing?
You talk to
There-
them. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I mean, listen, the Catholics probably will tell you it was, and I'm sure they're not.
I'm sure they'd say
really-
that they're victims now. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
anymore.
I feel
Wow.
like
Sweeping generalization,
Somebody
but-
out there for sure will.
If you were
will-
to time travel and ask these people, they'd say yes.
Right.
so-
Right. Yeah.
it's all part
Um,
of the sex mania that's sweeping our nation. So, sorry.
Gotta
The
shut it
boys are-
down.
The
Gotta
boys
shut
are
it
learning
down.
violence. The girls are learning sex, and
Oh.
white slavery is the biggest thing in this entire nation.
That's
Yeah.
right. It's just a big problem.
If that ever
Yeah.
gets cut out of context, I'm so screwed.
Oh boy,
So the other
We'll
thing,
come to your defense, and we got your back.
I haven't decided yet. I'll wait and see where things land.
You haven't decided yet.
I'm just gonna see what happens. You know, it's fine.
so
Oh
the
my
other
God.
thing that was really super duper banned in the Hays Code was sex perversion, which was heavily or maybe directly, Christine, maybe you have a different answer than I do, but it was mainly they just were talking about homosexuality there. Is that
Yeah, it's
true?
basically anything
mm.
outside of a traditional romantic relationship between a man woman. Yeah, anything beyond that, no go. Perverted. Yes,
As gross as childbirth. Don't forget
it's
that.
almost as
Right,
disgusting. Yeah.
So, not just that, but the Hays Code also made it clear that if something were to happen on screen, if it had to happen on screen, then there were rules to how it had to be shown. This is my favorite listicle Christine has ever written for me. Thank you so much for this little.
Oh my gosh! Yay! Okay, yay!
I took this part from the notes that Christine initially did, and I was like, "This is great." So, thank you so much, Christine. Some examples of how things had to be shown was if there had to be kissing on screen, it could only last a few seconds. And so the sneaky way around this is that directors would have, they would break the kiss into smaller cuts with dialogue in between. So that way it was technically a long kiss with just dialogue separating it.
Which,
And
like, I
then-
think if you think about it, like, you look back at those old movies and they would, like, be kissing and then be like, oh, I'm just so happy. Blah, blah, blah. And then they would, like, kiss again. It's
Yeah,
like,
that-
oh, I
yeah.
see. They're, like, saying 2-3 seconds. Okay, separate. I mean,
Separate
it's
and
just
pull back.
ridiculous.
And
Yeah,
yeah, back
pull
in.
back.
Take a breath.
it.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Yeah.
Sex could only be implied, which led to a lot of shots such as or as Christine even put it, the workaround is that you would show the couple kissing for like 3 seconds, relax everybody,
With their clothes on.
Max 3 seconds.
with their clothes on, standing up at a church. And then then it would fade to another scene that had nothing to do with what's going on, and then it would fade back to like a while later, and the couple is now again standing, maybe separate from each other, fully dressed, but it's I think actually in Casablanca there was a scene that implied that they had sex, but really what you saw was them, one standing by the window and smoking a cigarette, and the other one like still out of breath. It was very odd.
And they're just like fully clothed, and you're like, what just happened? You know, like what?
I totally do not remember that. Oh my gosh. I remember the little piano, and we saw it at the Academy Museum, and it was
Oh,
like
that's
so.
cool.
It was like a tiny little piano. Remember that, Yvette?
Oh my God, no.
You don't? It was long ago. It
Yvette,
was
that's
like 2 years
exactly
ago.
picking up the mug and being like, nope,
No.
Nope.
It's
I'm
called,
gonna pretend to remember.
it's called menopause. I don't remember that.
Listen, full
It
respect.
sounds incredible, Rasha. It sounds great.
It's really cool.
I
I'm
love
glad
how
you
have to go
remember,
to the
'cause-
Academy Museum if you.
But I
haven't been there
do
already.
remember
I
the
haven't
movie,
been.
though.
I would like to. I have not been. So
It's so amazing. If you're a movie lover, it's so
It didn't really
amazing.
seem to be that exciting for Yvette, but Rasha had a really
No,
good
no. I take that.
if I ever
don't re-
go, first thing I'm doing is sending a picture of that piano to you and Yvette, so she knows.
Thank you, Em.
So another
my
thing is that
God.
crime couldn't show technique, so you could discuss a crime but not its details.
right. You couldn't teach people how
Can't
to do
teach him how to
How
kill
to
somebody.
kill somebody.
Yeah, which I
Crazy.
actually I thought that was really fascinating, because one of the things I had in my original notes, Christine, was in the movie Psycho, the classic shower scene.
Yeah.
If you think about it, there was no actual visual of anyone being killed. No body was shown being stabbed. The knife wasn't even shown. It was just through
was
the
Every
the
time I
shadow.
see that
It was
scene,
the
I close my
sound.
eyes, so I literally have no clue what happens. I just
Yeah.
hear the sound. In
This
my
is what
head.
happens,
Exactly.
Christine.
The sound.
But
Yeah,
it's
do
also
that sound.
it's a shadow through the shower curtain. So
Oh,
like
it's a shadow, right? So you don't even
Right,
like
right.
see the. Yeah. Okay.
it's basically the whole scene is alluded to. It's through the score and through her screaming. You can assume
Sure.
what's happening, but you don't see a body or a weapon.
That's interesting
So
because it is terrifying, right? I mean, maybe less so
It
now, but like
is,
it's
it
definitely
is.
terrifying when it came out. So it definitely like hit the mark, I guess.
it was not so terrifying to me once I found out that the blood they used was chocolate syrup. That really
True.
changed
That
things for
helped
me.
a lot. I think you taught me that, and I was like, that calms a lot of my nervous system. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, crime could not show technique. You could just discuss a murder, but not the details of it, so nobody could learn how to commit those crimes themselves.
Mm.
Profanity was replaced with euphemisms. Clergy couldn't be villains, of course. And
Of course.
anything homosexual was off limits unless it could be like up for interpretation, if it was just that subtle.
Right.
So the main takeaway is that the Hays Code basically said each film needed to uphold the values of Christian patriarchal white supremacy.
Easy.
Super
Easy
easy.
Big
Easy.
deal. Big whoop.
So before I get into that, just to give us a little breather here, are there any go-to, since this is Halloween that this is coming out and we are in spooky season, are there any go-to Halloween movies that are your favorites or your comfort movies, and how would they violate the Hays Code today?
Ooh.
Ooh.
I can go first to give everyone
ahead,
a
Em.
second.
I'm just
Yeah.
realizing real quick that our podcast violates every one of these Hays codes. So I'm sort of like stuck in that because I heard like describing crime, and I was like, I even do that. Like I even tell people how crimes are done. I've really
I
broken
mean,
every rule.
I know.
Talk
Really?
about
I know.
Catholics, clergy people, and I mean,
I
yeah,
mean,
broke them all.
the way that we just like say fuck Trump every single day.
We're
is,
literally, we've literally broken every law of this thing. So anyway, sorry, I'm kind of stuck on that. But Em, I would love to hear what Halloween movie you're thinking of.
I mean, so the basically you can't lose this game because the answer is all of them would violate the Hays Code just in terms of like witchcraft or murder.
Right, fair. Yeah.
But I just really want to take the opportunity to talk about my favorite Halloween movie, which is Halloweentown. I don't know if you were able to, if you ever saw that.
That's
but
here.
I
I've
never
been to
saw that.
Halloween Town
Girl.
because I live just outside of Portland, Oregon, and it is in
was like,
St. Helens,
girl.
Oregon, and we've been there.
I didn't
I-
know that.
Amazing.
I don't think you know what you just did in my brain, because I've been telling myself for like 5 years, I'm like, one day I'm going to spend Halloween in Oregon so I can go to the real Halloweentown.
Well,
happening.
I will join you, Em.
Aw.
Thank
It's
you.
happening.
But no, so if you haven't seen it, it was on Disney Channel. It became like one of their most popular movies, especially during Halloween.
Mhm.
And it's about a family of witches that they were kids. They didn't know they were witches. They found out that their mom and their grandma were a witch, and now they
Debbie
have to go to
Reynolds.
Halloweentown. Debbie Reynolds was the grandma. And it's actually, I think, a trilogy. There's at least two of them.
I think you're right. I
And
think there's 3.
and the
My daughter has watched a lot of them.
as she like learns to like she gets her like driver's license and it's a broom or something, like it's like very precious. And all I ever wanted to do was be a part of that, but that was always my favorite. I'm sure witchcraft, although I did not see it in the Hays Code, I'm just gonna give it a whack and say that that's absolutely against their policy.
I would imagine so.
Yeah,
I think that's
yeah,
a fair
yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
On top of that, weirdly, the troll or goblin in that movie was a lot of people's sexual awakening, and I feel like that also would
Really?
violate
I
it
gotta
in some
Google
way.
that. I don't remember.
His
I
name
don't-
was
I can't
Luke.
picture the troll.
To be fair, by the time it came out, I don't know if you would have been attracted to a 15-year-old.
True that.
Oh,
True
that
that.
guy
That's-
scared
I'm
me.
46.
Yeah.
But and also as someone who is not attracted to boys,
Yeah.
that it didn't work for me either. But I did hear a lot of people in school going, "Oh my God, Luke the troll," and I'm like,
Okay,
"Okay."
as someone who's attracted to like pretty effeminate men, also, this is not doing it for me. This troll, but
You're looking it
I
up.
see why some people would be, I guess, into it. It's not
I
for
will.
me.
Well, did you look at him handsome or ugly? Because a
Okay.
spell makes him handsome, is what. It's,
Oh, the
I don't even
spell.
want to get
No,
into
he's
what
not
that
my
means.
type.
Rolls their eyes
Yeah,
back.
I know.
Oh my
I don't even want to get into
God.
what that means, but
Yeah. Whoa.
but I will say he's on TikTok these days, and he's a silver fox now. He is now.
Oh.
I still don't like boys, but wow, I could look at him forever. He is so smoking.
Okay. All right. Okay.
He's if someone needs to go look at something on TikTok today, you go look up Luke the Troll
I will.
because he's
Okay.
beautiful.
Luke
Okay.
the troll is a
Luke the
wild
Troll.
phrase.
Okay.
Okay, sure. Like of all names, really, Luke the troll. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, I really just wanted a second to talk about something spooky, so I didn't have to talk about homophobia so much.
Oh, I know.
So, anyone else got a Halloween movie they want to splice in here?
My favorite Halloween movie is Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, that's another one. I thought that's the one Em was going to mention because that's Em's other favorite, I think.
See, this is why we're friends.
I love Hocus Pocus, and I was very lucky a while ago, like a year ago. I got to meet the zombie Billy.
No.
Yeah, he was. I got to have lunch with him. It was a whole thing.
Stop. He's in the shape of water. He's been like in
He's huge.
everything.
He's
Oh
he's
my
in
God.
It's one of my
everything,
favorite
everything.
movies too.
Oh my
Um,
gosh, I
he
don't
was
even
also
remember this
the
person.
Silver Surfer in the original Fantastic Four. Which is a
Yes,
big
and
deal for me.
yes,
that
and
was good.
Fantastic
That was
Four.
fantastic.
Anyway, he was that. So it was already my favorite movie, but then I saw him and I went. I
Ugh.
have to go talk to him.
He's an amazing human, isn't he?
He's the kindest. I think him and his wife run like a dog rescue or something now. Like they do charities for
Oh.
to help dogs get homes, something like that. I'm totally butchering it, but he's a very nice man. I very much like him. I that was such a weird little brag. I'm so sorry, but every time I hear Hocus Pocus now, I have to tell people
No,
that
you
he's
have
as
to.
nice
It's
as
extremely important, and I feel
Yeah.
like when people meet like famous people or actors who are nice, I need to know about it because it gives me a
Exactly.
little bit of glimmer of hope
Yeah.
for the world.
Agree.
Thank
Well,
you.
let us
Agree.
name drop. Chris Pine is one of the most beautiful humans
Kindest
inside and
spirit.
out.
Okay,
Yeah.
now
We're
we're
even
talking.
now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we're
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to
And
tell me more
he's
about that.
fine as hell. But
Yeah.
And fine as hell. I mean, that
My
doesn't
wife-
hurt.
And I agree as well.
Yes, see, there you go.
yeah.
You know, I
Everybody
bet he'd be a
agrees.
real
Yeah.
handsome troll when I was in high school.
I'm sure he would have been if you did a magic spell, especially. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Hocus Pocus is an incredible movie. I think that's probably it's for sure now a classic outside of children, right? I think all people
think
of
so.
all
Yeah,
age ranges
yeah.
consider that a classic movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love Hocus Pocus too as well. Really.
You do? Okay, I only watched it once, so I don't really remember too much of it. But I remember thinking this was at least very nice of them to do. I remember thinking like
Yeah.
I really would love to see what a sequel would look like. And I love that everyone came back for it.
And they're talking about Hocus Pocus 3, but I just looked up the other day, Bette Midler turns 80 years old on December 1st.
Have you
of
seen her?
Holy
She
shit.
Incredible.
looks
She
amazing
looks
too.
amazing.
Bette
She looks
Midler's how old?
amazing.
How old? 90?
She's
80?
79. She'll
Oh
be
my
80 on
God.
December
That's
1st.
crazy.
Wow.
Also from Honolulu, Hawaii, like
Yep.
Yvette and me.
Really?
Yeah.
Mhm.
See? You guys got all the
God,
connects.
I
You
didn't
know-
know she was
Anyways,
80.
I wish I've met her, but I have not.
Not yet.
Speaking
yet.
of queer villains, I mean, let's give Bette Midler and Hocus Pocus a round of applause because that's a very
Winnie Sanderson.
that's such
Mhm.
a I don't know why she's queer, but she also gives like drag queen energy again.
They all
But-
give drag
Yeah,
queen energy.
yeah,
Yeah,
in
they
that
kinda
movie.
all do.
They all do.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
But I think
And they're
they
all amazing
certainly
allies.
I think they
Yeah,
would violate
yeah.
the Hays Code just
They are all
by
actively violating it. Just on the cover of the, I just looked up the cover of the movie. I'm like, yeah, wrong. All wrong.
And back to
You
what
should-
Em said,
you-
witchcraft.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
witchcraft.
yeah,
There, yeah,
witchcraft.
good point.
Yeah.
But you should see the picture because Rasha, Leilani, and Vanna dressed up as the three of them, and they nailed it.
Oh,
Like,
I
we
wanna
nailed
see
it.
that.
Nailed it.
That's
I'll
Nailed
text it
incredible.
to you later.
Which one were you?
Yeah, you have
Which
to
one were
see it.
you?
Yeah.
Rasha, which one were you?
That was the last time we dressed up as a family. I think that was like 3 years ago.
Bring it out. Next week is the costume time.
But
Oh
you
no,
were you-
Leilani? Mm-mm, she won't. She
No?
doesn't want
Oh.
anything to do with her mom's.
What if
doing
Amelia? What
costumes
if
right now.
Emilio comes back out and
Oh.
maybe that'll spice
Oh.
things up.
I gotta be
know.
honest. I need a picture of Emilio before anything
I need a
else.
lot of things.
Oh yes,
from this
yes.
episode.
I will text you and
Mhm.
stand by. I'll even put
Thank
it on
you.
the screen.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I
Oh
wish
my
our
God.
listeners could actually hear it or
Oh
see
my
it.
goodness.
But
Well, on YouTube they can. So
oh yeah, YouTube.
There you go. There you go.
Yvette, do you have a favorite Halloween movie?
I mean, I would have to say definitely Hocus Pocus as well
It's
because
a good
I'm a
one.
big, huge Bette Midler fan. But
Mhm.
I also loved Nightmare on Elm Street. Like that was my Freddy Krueger. Like
I'm so
that
scared
was,
of that.
That was when I liked to be scared and shocked.
Yeah.
Like,
Which is it has its fun. I feel like I'm
Yeah.
finally starting to lean into that in my mid 30s. I'm like, okay, I guess I can be a little scared sometimes. But yeah, it took me decades to get there. But I feel like that's a classic too. Do you think
Yeah.
that breaks the Hays Code
I mean, probably in every way, shape, and
in every way?
form.
Okay, the murder part, I guess.
There's murder.
the-
There's people of color. You know, there's
Oh, bad, all bad,
There's
already
all
bad.
the things.
wow.
And side note, I cannot remember Freddy Krueger's real name, but he is getting his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on the day this drops on
No.
Halloween. Day.
No
On Halloween.
way.
I love that he's doing it on Halloween. I think his name's Robert
Oh.
England.
Thank you,
That's it,
Robert England. I
yes,
knew
Robert
it started with an
Englund.
R and I couldn't remember.
You're totally right. You're totally right. How
Wow.
exciting.
Oh
How
my gosh.
timely.
I know.
And
Christine?
sidebar, you
Mhm.
probably can't.
Oh,
Oh,
let me
no,
see.
it's too like, it's
But
too
the-
white. You can't see it.
But the body's 10 out of 10.
I know. Body's 10 out of 10. I know. Ah, damn it.
Okay, well,
Don't
now
worry.
this is just getting us more intrigued. We're like, now we just see a silhouette.
You just gave
It's
us
like
half.
Psycho. It's like Psycho
Yeah,
with a
A
knife.
little sprinkling.
Just a little like tease, yeah.
Christine, favorite Halloween movie?
Oh my
So this is
God.
kind of silly because I feel like I never watch. I don't really watch scary movies. But I recently, for the first time, not recently, but like as an adult, watched Practical Magic, and that is a movie I'd never seen growing up, which is so weird because I was a huge Sandra Bullock fan, and my mother
Yeah,
was too, and
same.
I don't know how we missed it, but like that movie I watched like maybe for the first time like 10 years ago. And it has become my favorite. So I feel like I missed
Understood.
out and I did watch See, the other thing is I never watched Hocus Pocus as a kid either. Not for any reason. I think it just somehow I avoided it. And I watched that as an adult, and it didn't hit the same, I think, as it would for kids who watched it when they
The
were young. And
magic,
then,
the whimsy was.
Yeah.
yeah, I
was-
think I like watching it for the first time as an adult was like I missed out on some of that, I think. But Practical Magic, I got to tell you, that one was a good watch, even in my
That's a
20s,
classic,
30s.
too.
Yeah,
Mm.
I love
And
it.
again, witchcraft. And that's okay. I
That's
got a
Lilo
dog too.
Pecoraro.
Oh, I thought that was
She's-
Hank, and Em was like, "That's okay," and I was like, "Are you talking to the dog?" Oh, okay, sorry.
Sorry.
We all have
This is
dogs.
what happens when you
there's
record
a lot of
from
dogs
home.
around. Yeah,
No
yeah.
judgment at all.
Yeah.
She just wants to be a part of the episode. She'll
I
stop
get
in a
it.
second.
That's fine. Well, so okay, thank you everyone for sharing your favorite movies with me. But to get back real quick, I have one little piece left. But a reminder: the PCA, which is the organization that decided to enforce all of these rules, they were also all the studio heads, so you kind of had to abide by them. They appointed a minister named William Hayes as their spokesperson to further appease the conservatives, which is where we get the Hayes Code.
Mm.
That makes
They
sense.
They also appointed Joseph Breen to read through every
This
script.
fucking guy.
This guy's crazy.
This
so
This guy is something's wrong with this guy. Like he's clearly covering up for something because he's like, I'm gonna read every single script and like approve it or not approve it. And then I googled like, who is this guy? And they were like, he's just the guy who reads the scripts. And I was like, but where did he come from? And like, why is he the guy?
And who is he?
Nobody knows.
So he got hired to read through every script of every potential project, and his whole job was to approve or deny it based on its content and if it violated the Hays Code. But it was not just him approving the script. He had to approve the visuals in the scene. He had to approve the wardrobe. He had to approve the marketing.
Like he's
everything.
a creep. There's something creepy about this dude. Like, get out of
For
here.
sure.
He was weirdly the green light for your movie, and this made him, someone quoted him as one of the most powerful men in Hollywood history, because he pretty much just had to nod his head and then you would get a movie. But
Wow.
and fun fact, Christine, if you could do a little Google for me, because I know your fingers are faster than mine.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
That's what she said. No, I'm sorry.
He-
So sorry.
Amen.
I found out that he made $150K then, which we love to do the inflation
As, like, a
calculator and see.
salary?
Yeah.
Wow.
He
back
made
then?
150K a year in 1934 or 1930s.
And did he
Okay.
do it all the way up until 1967 when the Hays Code ended?
The most powerful era was the 30s and then kind of dwindled into the 40s, but it did technically exist through the 60s. But I imagine
Wow.
his
Through
job was
68.
really the most potent in the 30s.
He
and
literally
40s.
made $150,000 on this a year. That
At the time then
That-
was
that is today $3.6 million. Like that's
Dang.
bananas for like
he
what?
knew something.
He had
Obviously.
something on someone. I'm convinced.
Absolutely. He
Right?
must have
Like, this
known
is
somebody
weird.
in the Catholic Church, like something.
Totally. He had
something.
Something's going
Some
on.
connect, because they
And-
had so much control, you know. Yeah.
100%. He basically, since he was so strict and it was really him or his office that you had to appease to get your movie done, a lot of people started coming up with workarounds for the Hays Code, which Christine's going to get into for a second, but I did find one extra bullet point that I wanted to add in, which is that a lot of people would send initial scripts in to their office, into the Joseph Breen office, and they would make it as outlandish as possible in scenes that they actually didn't care about, so that way the office would be so focused on those things
On the
that
crazy
they would
scenes?
they would willingly cut that part and scrap it, so that way hopefully no one noticed the
Yeah, it's
actual
like sleight of
The other
hand. They're
parts,
like,
the
oh,
other
look how
parts,
naked
yeah,
she is
yeah.
over here. And then they're
Yeah.
like, oh, we'll keep
Appa-
the stabbing in. Yeah.
apparently
Right,
yeah,
right.
it's funny you say that because apparently Alfred Hitchcock was like the biggest
Oh, interesting.
the biggest name in this, where he would just write completely false scenes knowing they'd get cut out, but hopefully if people
That's
pay attention
clever.
to that, no one would notice his like other stuff he was trying to slip in. So
Well, if you're
I
Alfred
love
Hitchcock, it's
that.
like you really can't work under these conditions. You know what I mean? Like,
Right,
come
yeah,
on,
right.
give me a break.
no wonder he made movies like Birds. It's like under the
Seriously.
Hays Code. It's like that's the only weapon
The
we can
birds are
have.
evil. Does that work? Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
Do we know, was
oh.
Alfred Hitchcock queer?
I think he actually there. I feel
don't
like
know.
that's
There were rumors, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's true, but I do think that was something people talked about. Hitchcock queer. Let's see.
You're like,
This
let's see.
This is how our podcast goes. We're like, let's be quiet for 5
Let's
minutes.
look
while
it
we
up.
do this.
He's associated with queer themes because his films contained queer-coded characters and subtext. So I guess maybe that
I think he
made
wrote a lot
people
of queer
think.
characters. I do
Right,
think he wrote a lot of
right.
queer characters and did a lot of queer coding intentionally for representation. But because he was like against the censorship of it. But I don't know that they ever like.
Right.
I'm just curious.
I think he
Sliced
was
him.
against
It's a good
the
question. Yeah,
norm.
I don't know.
You know? Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Well,
Anyway,
According to AlfredHitchcockGeek.com, he was a repressed homosexual. So
Hey.
I'm not going to even read that article, but
I've
I'm
lived
sure.
for the first 30 years of my
Yeah,
life.
right.
Too,
Like I'm
so.
like that's for somebody else to decide, not me. Wow.
Sorry, I
Wow.
don't mean to out Alfred. You know, I mean, he rests in
I think
peace,
it's okay.
but-
I think he's all right. I think he's all right.
he's
Yeah.
fine.
He's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was some of the stuff. I know Christine has more to add to like the workarounds for Joseph Breen.
Yay. Okay, so let me see. Am I starting at the highlighted part, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. So, like I'm said, people are now finding workarounds, especially our friend Alfred. A lot of the workarounds had to
Alfred.
do with Alfred. We're not that close. I don't know why I'm pretending. I don't even know if he's gay or not. So writers would like find ways to work around this code. A lot of it was implied stuff, right? So nuanced stuff. So body language, voice tone, costuming, and innuendo. You can see where we're getting here with the villain arc of this. So you obviously couldn't say something openly, and instead you would hint at it, and with the plausible deniability of like, I don't know what you're talking about. That's your interpretation, not mine, you know? So the innuendo is what was really being used at that point. And that is kind of the workaround that made the groundwork for queer coding, because queerness wasn't stated directly, but it was signaled indirectly, and not because it was like clever or subversive at first, but it was the only way to even present queer traits,
Get us in there.
on screen at all. And so, like, an example, I think, did you put this in here? This is a really good example. Marlene Dietrich in Morocco, her character was interested in a man. So on paper, it's like, and I think Xena Warrior Princess was very similar, where like she would be pursuing men in the show narratively, but then like Marlene Dietrich wore a tuxedo, kissed a woman. Like there were these things, and you'd be like, but she's dating a man, so actually it doesn't count. You know, it's like they had these workarounds.
I love that you mentioned Xena. Like
that's a big one.
I never even. I mean, I knew that she like was like something gay was going on there, but I never even put that together.
So she and her I forget her name. They were like implied as queer from the beginning by the writers, and then the audience. They like I read an article about it yesterday. People would say, they're not gay," and then the actresses later said like, "Oh, we realized like certain people just couldn't see it because it wasn't in their worldview at all, and then the people who were queer or had like that association were able to look at it and go like, I see immediately like what's happening here, and I connect with it." So it's interesting. It's like this innuendo thing kind of works, because if you're like really not looking for that depth of something, or like even have queerness on your radar, you're probably gonna miss it. You know?
It's so fascinating to me that some people don't see that depth.
Don't clock that.
I'm just like, it's so wild.
When M is 4 and is like, that's a gay guy. That's a gay lion. or a gay guy. Yeah.
He's literally, his pet is a majestic tiger or something.
Yeah.
No, you know what that reminds me of too, Christine, is I don't know if you ever saw this Disney movie, but I'm happy to give you the Spark Notes. Cadet Kelly.
Oh, I loved Cadet. No, I loved
Cadet Kelly.
Yes. If you've ever watched Cadet Kelly, or if you ever need something so obviously queer it hurts,
it's ridiculous.
Go watch
TV
that
movie.
Okay. And it was Disney, so I'm sure even if they were attempting that, they couldn't say it. But it was basically Cadet. It's Hilary Duff in her prime, and she had to go to military school.
Yes, I did see it. It was a great film. I loved it.
It is a good movie.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah. And she has to go to military school, and I guess the girl that's training her, or is like her like cadet supervisor. I don't know what the right word is. There is like beyond tension, and they keep getting like weirdly close and staring into each other's eyes. And I'm like, Jess, kiss! Oh my god,
get it over with already.
Come on.
And this year, by the way, they came out and did say they're like, okay, canonically fine, it's very gay. I feel like
a lot of actors are now saying like, yeah, canonically we've pictured them as gay, so yeah, they're gay. Happy now, and I'm like, yes,
wait,
I am.
What is this word you're saying? Canonically, what is that?
What? Canonically, like in the canon, like in the lore of it, like
canonically,
yeah.
Sorry, I've never heard it.
I don't know that I've ever even said that word out. I don't know that I've ever even said that word out loud. But Em said it, and I was like, I'm running with it.
You both said it, so I'm like, you know what it means. I need to know too.
To say something is canon is like we're just going to deem it official in the zeitgeist. Like it's canon in the
retroactively,
story.
It's now official. Yeah.
Like in Harry Potter, like it's canon that magic exists. So like it's just like.
Yes.
It's part of their world. But no, sorry, Christine, when you were talking about oh my god, the gay ones.
Xena?
The gay ones. Yes.
Xena
I was
Warrior
like,
Princess.
that immediately made me think of Cadet Kelly, and it goes right back to everything you're mentioning here. It's just like there was just so many undertones that were hinted at, and if you were looking at it, you would see it.
If you had a little bit of media literacy, maybe you could like perceive that, but otherwise it's like whoop right over your head. And of course that like worked to their advantage if you were writing a movie or something like this and trying to get past that Joseph Breen or whatever the hell his name was, that creepo.
Yeah.
So it was enough to tell you that a person might be queer, but not enough that anyone could prove it. And so that's how that narrative would go. Now I'm excited about this part. I created a little 3-part section here of types of queer coded villains, because looking back, there are like different versions of how these villains kind of came to be. So there are some that were intentionally queer coded, but by queer creators. So
Oh,
for
right.
good purpose, I wrote "yay" next to it,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
like this was meant to be like a positive representation. One
Yeah.
of them being Ursula of the Little Mermaid, because she was based on the iconic drag queen
Drag
Divine,
queen.
and the
Yes.
writers have said that was absolutely their inspiration. And so that was one of those that's obviously, like Rush said, like one of the classic queer villains of our time.
Slay,
I had
slay,
no
slay.
idea. I had
Oh
no
yeah,
idea.
she look up Divine and then look up. It's very fun. It's like the comparisons are very fun. Um, so the other one that I have here, which is kind of out there, and it's a more there aren't many intentionally queer characters that we know of, because people wouldn't talk about that back then. But in recent years, there have been more. Like, apparently, I don't watch the NBC show Hannibal, but apparently Hannibal Lecter has just been confirmed pansexual. But not
I
just.
just
I mean,
read
maybe
that
in the
too.
past
I
few
just
years.
read that. Yeah.
But that's part of and the writers said and he's, I guess, with a man on the show. I don't know. I don't really
Wow.
follow it, but I was very surprised.
Same.
And I
I'm
was
too
like,
scared. I couldn't watch it.
I can't watch it
Good for
either.
Yeah,
Hannibal.
I don't watch the series, but I did read
I was
something
like
about
Hannibal
that.
Lecter. But talk about a villain, right? And so it's like, oh, interesting. But the writer of that, or creator of that show is queer also, and said he did that intentionally.
Interesting.
And those are the only 2 examples, unfortunately, I have of like very intentional.
Oh,
But
Christine.
I know, but there are only a couple for the other ones too, if that makes you feel any better.
Can
So
we play a game where we go
yeah,
back and talk about our favorite queer villains, and then try to put them in the
yes,
categories?
absolutely. Do you want to
Hmm.
do it now, or do you want to wait till the
Well,
categories are?
yeah. I want to hear the
Oh,
other
okay,
categories
gotcha.
first.
So I have intentionally queer coded as my next category, but by studios and straight people as a form of moral threat. So to write queerness into a character as like, see, they're the bad guy. And even if it wasn't
Mm,
yeah.
intentional, it was like, oh, they're
yeah.
other, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
an example of this is one of my favorites, which like this movie terrified me as a kid. And so it's not like a favorite movie of mine, but Peter Pan from 1953.
Mm-hmm.
Stop laughing. It's scary. Uh,
Oh.
Captain Hook, I knew like I always remembered him being kind of like effeminate and like not really knowing, like with his little handkerchief and not knowing how to
Mm-hmm.
be like the tough hero. But I was reading an article on the different characters and like the subtleties that they implemented, and some of it was that he wore pink pants, and in one scene he takes off a coat and he has a pink shirt underneath, and it's like these things that you don't necessarily even realize at the time, but you're like, nobody else in this movie is wearing pink, it's like
Right.
weird.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And I wonder too if or maybe you know this answer. Was it do you know if it was do you know if it could have been intentional at all, of like, oh, let's make them look gay? I know.
They wanted him to look effeminate and like the opposite of a masculine like hero type. So
Sure.
they
Okay.
were like, okay, what's the opposite of like a hero? Okay, pink. He doesn't know how to like. He's like all frilly and doesn't know how to like do anything. I mean, they really made him just like this ditzy, effeminate guy
Weird.
wearing pink. And so that was like one of them. The other one that I think is the most, to me, like hit the most I don't know, nostalgia, is Prince John from Robin Hood in 1973. Do you
Oh,
remember him? He was like the
yes.
lion.
Mm,
He would suck his thumb. He was like this
Mm-hmm.
infantilized like king, and he was always whining, and he had all these jewels, and he was like this pampered like king, and he sucked his thumb, and his whole thing was like just a big baby, and he was always very girly and like emasculated. So a lot of this is just like emasculating like male characters that are the villains.
And it
And then
makes the audience want to not like them.
exactly. And
Yes.
it's meant to be
Yeah.
like, oh, look at this loser,
Like,
right?
you don't want to be
And
like this.
you don't want to
Yeah.
wear
Yeah.
pink and suck your thumb and be like into jewelry. Gross,
That is so
Yeah.
wild to me, because I think about like, you would think a villain is someone who would be like hard to defeat and therefore should be like ultra masculine. And so it's weird that
Right.
they didn't even care about this
Mm,
as someone to defeat. This is just someone we just don't like. It's
They're
just
like, oh, they're the
yeah.
bad guy, and don't you want them to lose? Because look at what a loser they are. Like they can't
Mhm.
even drive a boat.
Mm.
And I'm like, well, okay, yeah, I don't know. It is weird. Yeah. Now, the other category here is audience read or culturally absorbed queer coding, which is more of what like we were talking about of over time kind of co-op taking it back, like reclaiming, like for example, Scar from Lion King is a good example. You know, he was never necessarily intentionally portrayed a certain way, but he has eyeliner just like Jafar. He as the one BuzzFeed article I read by Sam and Steven, who are like they called themselves very gay, that was their like what do you call it, their
Tagline.
no, they're like oh God, Christine, sorry. I have such bad brain fog. I'm not even going through menopause, but my brain is like
I love that you talk to yourself. You're like,
Like they're like a descriptor of themselves. Just
well,
like
their back, like their Christine,
Their
Their
backstory or something, or
like the reason they're
shtick?
able
Their
to
shtick,
give
or
this
their-
insight, like their
Gotcha.
their credits. They're like,
Their
hey, we're really gay.
credibility?
Their credibility, sure,
Credit,
yes.
okay.
there you go.
So
There
thank
you
you.
go.
Their credibility is that they were like, well, we're very gay, so we can write this article, which is we rank the Disney villains from least gay to most gay, and it's on a scale of 1 to gay, and
One to
they
gay.
actually
I love
they
that.
rank-
One to gay.
they ranked Scar as a 9.5. So like when you were talking about it,
I
and
mean,
when they wrote why, they said he killed his own brother and framed the murder on his adolescent nephew. We're sorry, but no straight character is capable of being so petty. Plus the eyeliner, like just all of it. You know, they write these little descriptors, and I'm like, oh, I see it. I see this. Like, and he has like the the eyeliner. I mean, it's like same with Jafar.
there's so
Um,
many other reasons I could have gone with. I love that they just went, well, for the flair.
Who else
Yeah.
would do that? That's why I
Nobody else
gave
cares about the
their-
theatrics
exactly.
like us.
No
That's
one
why
else
I
could be
gave their
that petty, is what they're
background.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I gave their background. I want to be like, just to clarify, they're claiming that they're allowed to say this, so it's not me.
Sure.
But yeah, so that was kind of, those are kind of the three main categories. Like people have co-opted certain characters or like decided and taken them under their queer wings as queer characters, whether or not they were intentionally done so. Some were done so like insidiously with bad intent, and some were done to celebrate queerness. Very, very few back in the day, but some. So yeah, those are the three categories.
Nice.
And do you want me to like say any of, like, how do you want to do the little put some in it?
Oh, I was just gonna guess mine, but I feel like
okay, great.
you already. I really just keep inserting myself. Sorry, everybody. But I
It's your podcast.
your podcast.
Exactly.
I will. Before I even do that, I just want to say thank you, because I always thought that Ursula was supposed to be an intentional slight. I didn't know that it was supposed to be like an
know.
intentional, like a gift of like oh, look how proud we are.
I
had no
know.
idea.
So I'm so glad you say that, because she's actually number one, of course, on the BuzzFeed listicle.
From one to
here.
gay.
It says yes, and
yeah.
it says 1 to gay. She is gay with like 11 Ys.
Yay!
It says she's literally modeled after the drag queen Divine. Only a true gay diva would plot to steal another vocalist's pipes. That stuff is made for gay stan Twitter. She's a Mariah to Ariel's Ariana, a queer icon
I
and
read
worthy of the gayest spot on this list.
Sure.
And so that's their take. I want to be clear, but you know who else is on here is Cruella, and that's how I kind of learned about they call her a power lesbian in this article.
She is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
because
totally
it
see
says
that,
also
yeah.
that she has serious road rage, and they say everyone knows gay people come out first as LGBTQ and then second as horrible drivers. And I was like, interesting. I'm learning so much.
That's hysterical. My wife has like the worst road rage, but I think
I'm
that's
like,
because
I must
she
be gay then.
Maybe we're all gay then. Yeah.
Yep, everyone's a little gay, Yvette.
Everyone's a little gay. You know.
Yvette, what a way to find out.
Well,
Don't tell Gino.
He'll be fine. He'll be
He'll be
fine.
fine.
He'll be
He's
fine.
Italian.
He's Italian.
He was like, nah.
sidebar, Christine, I feel like one of the things that I don't think, why would you mention this, but it's just like an extra fun fact of like one of the ways they made a power lesbian look like a bad person is her last name is literally Devil.
Oh,
Right.
yeah,
Oh,
true
DeVille.
point.
DeVille.
Yeah.
Devil, yeah. True
Yeah.
point.
I had no idea until this conversation that Cruella was even based on anyone queer, but can you say the name of the person that she's named?
Yes, it
Toulouse?
was.
What
Starts
what
with a
is-
T.
Toulouse?
Yes, I
or
keep
Tou-
wanting to say Tabitha, but it's not Tabitha. It's
Yes.
Tallulah Bankhead.
Tallulah.
Tallulah
Okay.
Bankhead.
Tallulah Bankhead.
Mhm.
Apparently, she's very similar to the Marlene Dietrich, where she also dressed very masculine in
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
shows or in movies. It was very heavily perceived that she was queer, and I think in real life she actually was known to have a long-term partner.
Oh, wow.
And so
A roommate?
a roommate, yeah, maybe,
A
maybe
roommate?
A best friend.
maybe she's an Alfred Hitchcock. She just happens.
She's just
we don't
like
know.
Al. She's a friend of Alfred's.
Friend of Al.
She's a friend of Alfred's.
But no, I think she was. My brain's kind of exploding a little bit. All the little points that I was learning are all kind of smashed into each other. So, anyway, I think Jafar is in category 3, where it's just like a perceived gay person.
Okay, I have a guess here, or not a guess, but like a little quiz. Do you guys have a guess as to on their list, the least gay, which is their rating is 0.025 on
Oh
the
my God.
scale of 1 to gay, of a villain from which classic Disney movie do you think is like the least gay villain?
This is
Which
the best game you've ever suggested.
I know, right? I'm having a great time, but I'm like, I don't know if this is too difficult. Like, there's so
No,
many
let me
freaking
think.
movies.
Let me think.
I need a
Least gay,
multiple
least-
choice.
I
Yeah.
know. I feel
You
like
know, because there's so many. Like
there's so many.
Least gay, the stepmother from Cinderella.
Literally, the stepmother from Cinderella.
No.
Shut
up.
up! Did I get it right?
Rasha.
Damn, Rasha.
You're
Shut
good at this.
up! I was just saying, like, she was
Damn.
such a bitch. Like,
She's such a bitch. I'm sending in the private chat a picture of this bitch because look at her.
Oh my god.
How did
Talk
you
about
nail that
this.
so
That was
fast?
like the most amazing thing I've
Wow.
ever.
Wow.
I'm telling you,
I don't
I've
even know
seen
what-
every
hold on a
Disney
second.
movie ever made, and
you get
I've
it.
been obsessed since I was a little girl, and still into my 40s. Like I was way before I had a kid, and that, like, she was just sticking in my brain.
That totally
know-
makes sense now that you say it out loud.
Yeah. And also,
Ugly, mean.
she had
Yeah,
kids, so
yeah.
maybe she had a straight past at the very least, or a,
Yeah.
Just
who
send a link
knows?
to her
Yeah.
picture, and then in the chat, and I'm gonna read the little descriptor here. Her name's actually Lady Tremaine.
Oh.
And with a name like
Right.
that, yeah. So
Lady
it says, AKA
Tremaine.
Cinderella's evil stepmother has got to be the most heterosexual of the bunch. She's uptight, boring, and obsessed with the royal family. She's basically the late 1600s version of your Aunt Meredith. If Lady Tremaine were alive today, she would DVR Dancing with the Stars and ask to speak to a manager every time she set foot in a Chili's. It doesn't get much straighter than
She'd be
that.
a Karen.
Yeah, she'd be a total Karen. So anyway, you fucking nailed Rasha. You
Can't
win the
believe
gold
that.
prize.
I
I don't know
swear
how you did
I
that.
didn't look it up. I
Damn,
100%
girl.
didn't look it up.
That's so wild.
Wow.
I really, yeah. She
I'm
does
very
feel.
proud of myself.
I'm very proud of you.
Wow.
I'm trying.
Thank you, friends.
But another reason I would have thought is because doesn't she have a husband? Cinderella's dad has to be in the picture, right, for her to be the stepmom?
Well, he had died.
think
but
he
yes.
dies.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because that's why she's trapped. Have you seen that Hilary Duff flick? Remember that one?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Cinderella story.
Wait, the stepmom in that is what's her name? Another ally.
Jennifer Coolidge.
Jennifer Coolidge.
Jennifer
Oh,
Coolidge.
I love Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh my gosh. Well, that alone, the fact that a game is can you name a straight villain in Disney is like so
I
sad.
know. It's pretty crazy. Yeah. And another good one here, like kind of in the middle, is the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland, which I was like, that's
From
so
the live
random.
action or from the act or from
Oh,
the
sorry, from
animated?
the animated.
Okay.
And
Interesting.
they said she may be married to a man, but she has for sure dipped her toe into the lady pond. Do you have an image
Yeah.
of what she looks
Yeah.
like?
Yeah. Again,
She-
not attractive.
No, not attractive. Like very
Yeah,
kind of
very hateable.
like voluptuous and like very like just kind of
Very masculine as
very
well.
masculine
Very
and
masculine.
just kind of like in the way. I don't know, but it says here. Plus,
the
look at
way.
the King of Hearts. He's tiny. You know, our
Right.
butch queen is bossing him around in the bedroom, and that earns her some solid queer. So they're really trying to reclaim this in a way of like, but we love her, even though she was
But-
meant to be kind of
Oh my
like,
God.
put on blast. But
It feels a lot. If either of you watch the Rugrats, the twins. By
No.
the way, their last name's also
I was
DeVille.
never
That's
into
weird.
Rugrats.
But
No.
Phil
they
and Lil.
Phil and Lil DeVille are
Oh my God, you're right. I never
Are-
put that together with the name.
they're twin babies. They're of the Rugrats, but their parents I've always thought are canonically queer because their mom is like a very strong masculine force, and the husband was always kind of like more effeminate, which at the end of the day, I should just be like,
Mm.
wow, they were so progressive to just have a couple who just looks different than what you imagine. But in my mind, I was like, that has to be a lesbian.
Like that's different, right,
Right.
from
I thi-
everything else on TV.
I
Yeah.
think I was
Yeah.
just hoping as a kid. I was like, please be gay. I just need
You know
some
what's
sort
so
of
funny that it
representation.
just hit me? I should have said this earlier as my reason I drink, but I was so distracted by the Grinch. But earlier last night, I was putting Leona down for bed, and she's 4, and she looked at me and she said, "Some people have 2 daddies, right?" And I was like, "Uh-huh." And she's like, "Some people have 2 mommies." And I said, "Yeah." And she's like, "Well, I'm glad I have a mommy and a daddy." And I was like, "Oh, good. Well, we're glad we have you." And then she's like, "Okay, good night." And I was like, I love you. I'm so happy because I think a kid in her class has queer parents, and I was like, oh, thank God, like we can just say it and be like, done. I'm like, when I was 4, that was certainly not a conversation I was having with anyone. So I just was very my heart felt nice and full after that. So it was a good timing too to be doing this episode today.
It also
Yeah.
means you're raising a good
Yes.
human, Christine.
Yeah.
Aw, well,
Most
I like to
importantly,
think so.
yeah.
I hope so. She's just like me, so that's obvious. There's
Obviously.
there's no way around it. But no, I feel like now every time we watch a Disney movie, I'm gonna be like, see that guy?
I know,
Yeah.
same. I mean, like Gino.
Look at that pink shirt, so frilly.
Queer
It's
villain.
so funny that you say that because Leilani, like, she came out to my wife and I as straight like years ago.
Aw.
And it was so cute the way she did it. But I think because like we didn't have queer representation growing up, really, like no outwardly
Mhm,
Mhm.
queer, at least not positive, right?
mhm, mhm.
So any person that like pops up, I'm like, oh, Frank Ocean, you like Frank Ocean music? Do you know that Frank Ocean is gay? Like, I'm
Yeah,
always
you're like, hey, actually, I have a fun fact.
yeah, like I tell her that all the time, and she rolls her eyes. I'm like, representation matters, Leilani. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
it matters.
But we did grow up though with our 2 gay uncles, like who
Yes, Uncle John and
were
Uncle
near and
Mike.
dear.
That
Like they
Yes.
walked. I mean, in a Catholic wedding, I had my mom and dad, and then I had my 2 uncles walk me partway down the aisle, and then my mom and dad took me the rest of the way. So
Oh.
we were raised, with knowing and accepting of
Yeah.
all people. So yeah, when I
That's
say I'm the
special.
biggest ally around, I am.
No,
I don't doubt
I'm
you for a
constantly
second.
learning too. So
Yeah, yeah.
I know. And funny
Yeah.
story, when I came out, so Yvette was in Italy because she goes every year with her husband, and I had just come out to my mom on the phone, and literally, I think it was like 20 minutes later, Yvette calls me from Italy. And this is back in 2009, right? So that call was expensive on her cell phone.
Yep.
But something was telling me you got to call your sister. You got to check in. Gotta
No
call her.
way.
Yeah. And I was
Yeah.
like, did mom tell you? I'm like, did she really? Like, and,
I had
and
20
she's like,
minutes
tell me
of-
what?
Seriously? Yeah. Tell me what. Oh my God, that's
No.
crazy.
And it's so funny
Yeah.
because we were at a car wash in Italy because my husband, that's a whole nother story.
Taking
Anyhow,
care of
get
the
the car
car,
wash.
yeah.
Yeah.
Always has to.
And I just had this, intense feeling that I got something's wrong. Like I gotta check in. I gotta check in. And then
You were
I
like,
called
something's wrong.
her.
My sister's gay. Oh no.
Well, no, not that.
No,
It's
no,
because I
not
was
that.
married to a
Not that.
dude. I had gotten married on
Yeah.
television.
Oh shit. Oh,
Yeah.
right. I did not know that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
That
so I
aspect
was
of
on
it,
The
I was
Biggest
not aware.
Loser in 2006 with my then fiance, and we got married on Inside Edition in January 2006
Cool.
in front of the world. And so this is May
You are
2009 is when I
fascinating.
ended up coming out. So
You both have quite, I mean, I know that
Oh.
already, but man, you have stories for days, huh?
for days.
For
Yeah.
days.
For days.
Yeah. We
For
need a podcast
years,
where
for
you throw that script
lifetimes.
away and just do like get into
I
it.
know all
'cause
our stuff. I mean,
I
a
have
lot
a
of our
million questions.
family like skeletons came out when we did Root of Evil, the true
Yes.
story of the
So
church.
I did not put that together until like a little bit before we did our episode together, and I was like, why did these names sound so familiar? And I was like, oh,
Right.
I was really invested in that podcast back in the day, and so it
Wow.
like hit me, and I was like, oh my gosh, wow, yeah. So
Welcome to
yeah,
our crazy family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi.
But they had
know.
to cut out a lot of like our story because it was about the Hodel family and about the Black Dahlia, Elizabeth Short, right? So they
Yeah.
had to intersect all of it. But there's so much more. Every single person has a
gosh.
story. Every single
Yeah.
person. But yes,
And they're
Yvette is the
connected to,
biggest ally
Some.
wow,
Yeah.
you'll ever
Aw,
meet.
Yvette.
Ever,
And
ever,
that's
ever.
how I
Aw.
feel.
And she
I
was
feel like there's
only sad because I mean, I don't want to
course,
speak
yeah.
for you, Yvette, but I think it's
I
because
I
you were
was
sad
sad
because everybody
because
loved my ex-husband.
right, exactly. But at the end of the day, what I always say to Rasha is, you have to decide what makes you happy, and
Mm.
whatever it is that makes you happy, I'm going to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mhm.
That's it. That's how
That's
our mother
special.
raised us, so, but yeah, it was just that, that sixth sense that was like something, I got to call her. I got to check in. Something's going down.
That
Yeah.
sixth sense is an eerie gift.
Yeah.
I've only gotten to have that a few times, but every time I'm like, I know it in my soul something is going on right now.
Isn't that
It's
weird?
so
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Does it ever happen to you guys where you like have that sense, but then you're like, you never really get confirmation of what it was? Because that's happened to me like once or twice where I was like, oh my gosh. Like one time I had this full on episode and I was like, my grandmother died. And it was true. And my husband was like, what the hell? And I was like, I don't know. I just knew. But then it happened again a few years later. And I was in a Trader Joe's and I was like, something's happened. And he goes, uh-oh. Because like the last time.
Right,
But
'cause
then
your
we
grandma.
never, we never really got like a confirmation. I still wonder sometimes, like maybe I was just having a normal panic attack. But I was like, I remember being
normal
like,
panic attack, you poor
just
thing.
just your average panic attack. But I feel like sometimes I get that like gut feeling, and I'm like, well, maybe I'm just not meant to know what it is right now,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I feel like for me, it's normally, it rings pretty clear. Like
Does it?
something, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Do you get
for
like?
She
sure.
always knows.
Do you get like,
I
oh,
just
you
did-
know,
I-
even who to like? Obviously, you knew to call Rasha, so you knew it was
Yeah,
like
it just
specifically.
comes through. I don't know.
Yeah,
And maybe
that's
it's
cool.
just something that I got from my mom, but definitely, yeah.
Have you ever had
Wow.
it also, Rasha? Like where you can feel it
I
about
don't
Yvette?
have it like Yvette, nowhere near. And I think it might be because we're 11 years apart. Like when I was born, like I was Yvette's baby. Like talk about
Mhm.
Christine, you were talking about like you're the built-in babysitter, right?
Yeah.
So like Yvette would take me everywhere with her, and then it
Oh
it
yeah.
changed. We became best friends when she says I stopped being spoiled in my teens.
But the thing,
Yeah.
let me just say this. I was
But-
very spoiled because you got to imagine 11 years and then comes a little baby. So I was spoiled. But when she came along, it's like I had my own little doll.
Oh yeah,
So-
yeah. I know
so
exactly.
I mean, she was everything and always
Mhm, and
has
she
been
loved me
everything.
like, "This is my
but
sister."
she was a little brat.
yeah.
She had-
That's
you know,
part
I
of
don't
it.
remember
Yeah,
that.
that's just
at
part
all.
of it,
But
yeah.
it's continued to this day where like even when I, was 40 years old, flight attendant, and I was living part-time in San Francisco with Yvette and her husband Gino, and I was commuting back and forth to Portland, and like she would like stay up like until I got home. And she'd have
Aw.
like dinner ready for me. So it's like
Big
she's
sister.
so fiercely protective of me and always has been. And then it translated to Leilani. Like I feel like Yvette knows
Oh.
more about when something's going
That
on with my
intuitive
daughter than I
sense.
do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Especially if she's like you, like like a younger
so
version.
much.
Well,
Yeah.
then Christine, get ready for your sister to have a weird connection with
Get ready
Leona.
with oh god, I was like my brother probably. He'll be like, tell
Something's
Leona.
wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something's up.
Aw.
She learned about gay dads yesterday, Christine. Watch out. Leona learned about
Yeah.
gay parents. The world is changing.
Can I
The
tell you?
world is changing.
I know. Finally,
Yes,
hopefully.
yes.
Hopefully.
I was just on a plane earlier this week, and so you just mentioned gay dads. I have a quick story about gay moms. Is that I was sitting in a row with probably the first time I've ever seen a lesbian couple that was in their like 70s or 80s. I've like, how rare does that happen?
Aw.
And
Yeah,
the-
especially like openly, like yeah.
yeah, it was
Right.
like they were clearly in a relationship, and
Well, y'all haven't been to San Francisco. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe we need to move to San Francisco. I live in
mean-
Kentucky, so for sure I don't see that very often.
I never see it. And so, in the fact that all three of us were in a row, I was like, this feels.
Aw.
Ah.
I don't-
They put you in that row.
Like a
They put you in the
rainbow row.
exit row.
So I've never felt so safe in a row on an airplane before.
Aw.
But I get chatty sometimes. So I
No.
What? A podcast host gets chatty?
I made small talk with them and I asked how they met, and they have the craziest story I've ever heard. They were both they both had the same mutual friend, and they didn't know each other, but they wanted to be moms, and they asked their individual friend to be their donor. And so he never told the other one. He just was donated to them. Both women ended up getting pregnant. Never knew that they both had
What?
What?
they both never even knew that they had kids from the same father who was their mutual friend. And that because I guess he made an agreement that he like wouldn't be sharing that information.
The same donor.
Mm,
Sure.
mm.
And then he passed away, but right before he passed away, he told them, I just want you to know that your son has a brother out there. And so the two moms were like, well, we should get together so our sons can meet, so they have each other. And then they fell in love at that first play date.
Oh my
Oh.
god!
So then-
they should,
they're
That's a movie.
each of their sons are half brothers, but they're also now stepbrothers because they got married. So
That is
Wow.
bananas.
isn't that
Wow.
That gives me
crazy?
chicken skin.
That's
That's
a
so
great
Do you think
movie.
they
Like,
call each other half
oh my
brothers? Like
God.
we're just kidding.
I know.
They-
Back to
Just
the.
kidding.
That's like my biggest pet peeve.
I know.
I guess if you're a half brother and a stepbrother, you might as well just be the full
the
deal
full
at that
brother,
point.
right,
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 right.
right.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
what
that's
an
how
incredible story.
that feels like Yvette said,
Wow.
like a movie. Like that feels like we
Yeah,
need to
that's a
write a
movie.
screenplay.
Absolutely.
That
Yeah.
breaks every code on the Hays
Right?
Code. Okay? We have to make sure all
Certainly.
of it has to break the code. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I thought that was super interesting. Anyway, sorry, but now
Wow.
it just happened, and so like I can't stop talking about it. I'm just like I'll never hear a story like that.
I mean,
again,
what a
so.
story. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they love
Yeah.
when
I
people are
love
like,
that.
how'd you meet? And they're like, sit down.
Literally,
Yeah.
one of them rolled her eyes and went, "Oh, brother!"
Not
like,
again. And they're like, yes, we have been approached about a television show. No, we're not interested.
They need one.
Wow, that's cool. Oh, well, this was so
Wow.
fun, you guys. I mean, unless anyone has anything else to add, I think we've really run the gamut here on topics.
Well, it's so funny. I want to ask
Yeah.
all of you. So I was getting ready for this episode, right? I did not Google the BuzzFeed.
You Googled the least
one
strangest
today.
Disney villain.
I
didn't
don't
do that.
believe you because that answer was
Did you,
so
Rasha?
perfect.
No, I'm
Did
telling you that
Hey,
was
Rasha,
my.
maybe you have the same intuition as Yvette, but it just is like manifests in a different way. You
It's
know what I
just
mean?
about
But the thing
Disney.
about
Just
Rasha,
about like Disney.
but the thing about
But
Rasha is she does not
preparing-
lie. So let's just does not lie.
Yeah,
So
this
when
is
she
true.
says she
I do
didn't
not
cheat,
lie.
she
And
didn't
you can
cheat.
Okay,
see it on
that's
my
good to
face.
know.
Yeah,
That's good to
yeah,
know. Yeah, you
yeah.
don't strike me as someone who would just make that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I'm such an open book. But preparing for this episode, I'm like, I have to rewatch Disclosure, the documentary by Laverne Cox.
Yes, I
Yeah.
never
it
actually
came-
watched that.
Oh my gosh,
You should
you
watch it.
have
It's
to.
amazing.
Going to
It's
write it
so
Yeah.
it's heartbreaking and it's incredible. And I can't remember if it came out in 2020 or 2021. I only got to rewatch like 37 minutes of it, but like early this morning.
Mhm.
But I had Yvette watch it. My wife and I watched it together, and
And
I
that was
had
right
no
during
idea.
2020. 2020.
What was it,
2020?
Yvette? 2020, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and so Laverne and so many other trans creators and actors and just these amazing creative humans were talking about the history in Hollywood. And they
Mm.
didn't talk about the Hays Code specifically, or they may have. I can't remember. I didn't get to that part, but basically queer people in media have always been placed as the villain.
Mhm.
Really, from like the beginning.
Sure.
And you don't think about it. Like the things that I would think were funny, like I love the movie like Soap Dish,
Mhm.
right? And Kathy Moriarty, comes out and they find out that she was trans. And like I laughed at that. And like I didn't like it's so sad and it just makes my heart
Yeah.
break, especially for the trans community and the
Mhm.
entire queer community. But I just love so much that there's so much more representation now.
Yeah. And that you can
Absolutely.
talk about it, right? I mean,
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And that's the thing, like back then because of the Hays Code and because of all these different things, like you could not find representation, right?
Yeah.
That's why M had to clock and be like, yep,
yeah,
there's
at 4,
Star,
reading
there's
the room
Jafar.
at 4 years old. Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if you're gay,
Yeah.
but you're coming with me. Like,
Exactly. And like, yes, Yvette said, like, we have our beautiful Uncle John and Uncle
Mhm.
Michael who have been together for over 45
Oh.
years. And they're the most beautiful relationship in our family. But
Love it.
I personally never had any queer,
Right.
cisgendered female
Sure.
representation for me.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
in the media or in person, because in Hawaii, like we had Mahu, and that's like two-spirit,
Mhm.
equivalent of two-spirit in the Hawaiian culture.
Right.
Or trans, in the Hawaiian culture. But I love that we're all out here, right?
I know.
Like
It's so
3 out of the
freeing.
4 of us are
Yes.
queer. Yvette's the biggest ally
the
ever.
minority.
But I'm
The minority in the
biracial.
room.
I'm all the other things, and I think that's the beauty of it. Like Rasha and I are 11 years apart. I
Mhm.
am still constantly learning, and I think
Mhm.
that's what people need to do. They need to open their mind and
Yeah.
just be accepting of human beings and be kind to one another. What is so fucking hard about
It's
that?
the fear. I think people are
You know what I'm
afraid.
saying?
Like people are so
Yeah.
afraid, and it's like there's even when there's nothing to be afraid of, it's like it's turned into this. I mean, speaking of like making
Yeah.
monsters out of things, and like also Russia, based off of what you said of like queer folks have always been villainized or trans folks have been villainized. Like when you mentioned that movie Soap Dish, it's also like not only villainized but also like a laughing stock. So it's like
Yeah.
either
Yeah.
you're like
Yeah.
the villain, like the bad guy, you want them to lose, and or oftentimes both. You're like a caricature, and like nobody wants to be that guy or whatever. If you're watching, what was the one that we were? Oh, like Captain Hook. Like nobody,
Right.
right? Nobody wants to be like,
Right.
oh, I love that guy. It just
Right. I
feels
want to be Captain
very
Hook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
insidious.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I feel the same way about the movie Ace Ventura when
Yes.
Mhm.
the villain was literally,
Yes.
it was like a mystery who done it, and no one could
Mhm.
figure out who did it because, spoiler alert, the woman at the end had transitioned.
Oh,
Right.
Um,
I
at
don't think I ever watched that movie.
at the time, it was not referred to as the woman had transitioned, and
Right? No.
now she's a woman, and nobody can tell
It
who's
was
the
that
guy.
dude's a lady.
Right.
Yeah.
Who's the
Yeah.
and it was
yeah.
I remember loving that movie, and now when I watch it, I'm like, oh, this just hits every
Woof.
bad nail on the head.
Yeah.
And but
That
so
was
I
Courtney
think
Cox, wasn't it?
was it? I don't remember anymore. I remember Jim
I
Carrey, and that's
feel-
kind of it.
Right. No, it wasn't Kim Cox. It was, oh my God. Oh my God, this is going to drive me nuts. She was really good friends with Madonna. Like, I can't think
Oh
of
my
her name.
gosh, hang on,
Oh,
Please, Christine or M.
let me Ace
Sandra. No.
Ventura.
No, no, no.
Sean.
Oh, it was
Sean
Courtney
something.
Cox.
Was it?
Oh, it was, but
Oh.
was Courtney the one who was trans?
Oh, Sean
Oh.
Young.
I don't know. I just remember
Sean
the
Young.
guy's name was
Sean Young. Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
okay.
Sean Young.
Perfect.
Yeah, it was her.
I-
It was her.
But I mean, I remember back then thinking that movie was hysterical, and now I can look
Yeah.
back and I can go, "Oh my god!" And like, especially as someone who is now on my own gender journey, I'm like, "What are the odds I'd laugh at
Mhm.
that?" But Jafar was fine. But so
Right.
there's mentioning that you guys are, that some people are too afraid to be willing to unpack. I think a lot of it also has to do with like the shame and embarrassment
Yeah.
of knowing you used to be part of that culture, and to used to
Absolutely.
be part of the community
It's
that
hard to look inward like that. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just I think important that everyone be fine with knowing that like you started maybe in a worse place than you are today. It's okay. You just got to keep learning. So
Yeah.
Just like Yvette
Yeah,
said,
this
keep
is true.
evolving, keep learning.
Keep
We
evolving,
all-
keep
all
learning,
do
keep educating
to make the
yourself.
world a better
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
Hopefully. We're trying.
Every day.
One person at a time. One person at a time. Yep.
Well,
thank
wow,
you so much.
this was so fun. We never have guests, so like I was really nervous, but you guys are awesome, and we appreciate you.
Aw.
And you're just like rays of sunshine. So thank you for
You
brightening
were
my
raised
Aw,
day.
you
My
guys are
abs hurt
rays
so
of
bad from laughing the
sunshine.
entire time.
I feel like I got really weird with the Grinch at the beginning, and I do apologize. But
No.
beyond that,
No,
I've
not at
had a
all.
pretty wonderful experience today.
I'm
Yeah.
never going to watch the Grinch
It was
the
an
same
amazing
again.
experience.
I
You
mean,
guys
and
are
I'm talking
epic.
the old version, like the 60s one. That probably also didn't follow the Hays Code, but I don't fucking know. But it was from like 1962, and it's the only one I like. And I'm I'm a Grinch purist. See, I'm making it weird again. All right, let's
You're
change
not
this.
making it weird. You're not making it weird. I like the Benedict Cumberbatch
Yeah, I do
version.
too. I do too. That's the only other one I'll accept. Thank you.
Oh
I'm
my
literally-
God.
I've been listening to the Hercules soundtrack and
that's
now
a good one.
Hades is like a whole,
Uh.
experience for me now that I'm just going to go.
Excellent. Oh,
Play
he's on
around
the
with,
list of the
so.
BuzzFeed. I should send you guys the list because the like little annotated notes about each character are very fun.
About
About
Yes,
how
do
they're
send
queer.
it. I would love to read it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
about
I
like
love
why
it.
and how and their road rage and all that. Like things that you wouldn't necessarily come up with yourself.
Love
Wow.
it. Well, thank
we
you so
adore
much.
You all
Yeah,
so much.
where can people
Aw.
find you?
At So Supernatural Pod, on Instagram at Rasha Pecoraro, at
Or So's.
YW Blend. I'm talking all over my sister.
which is fine. It's fine. I'm used to it.
Sisters are allowed to do that, I think. Yeah.
So supernaturalpodcast.com, YvetteandRasha.com.
Oh, cute. I want to go to
All
that.
the .com.
So
all the
Supernatural
things.
drops every Friday wherever you get your podcasts.
And it's a really fun show, guys. And especially if you're listening to And That's Why I Drink.
I
It's just an
know.
easy
And that's
transition.
why we drink.
Supernatural. Come on. Yeah,
Come
makes
on.
sense.
All right. Thank you,
Ah.
everybody.
Thank you so much.
We'll talk
Thank
to
you.
you
We adore you.
outside the podcast.